I've gone in and moisturized my skin with the Bobbi Brown Hydrating Moisturiser. And next, because I'm going in with quite a dark lip colour, I'm going to prep my lips with the Body Lip Balm, which I have been using non-stop lately. So for eyebrows today, I'm going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow Pomade in Ebony. I haven't used this in a video in a very long time, so I thought I'd bring it back. Because this eyeshadow look is so intense, I wanted to have really full, thick, full-on eyebrows. So I'm just setting them in place with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel, and now moving on to priming my eyelids for all the eyeshadow we're about to pack on there. So I'm just priming them with the Bobbi Brown Corrector in Dark Peach, because this will also help correct the darkness of my eyelids, so they don't like mess with the colours of the eyeshadows. Setting that down with the peachy shade from my Marc Jacobs Highlight and Contour Kit, I am going to be using the Too Faced Chocolate Bar Eyeshadow Palette. I don't think I've used this palette in a video yet, so these shades were just perfect for the look that I envisioned to create. So I started off with Semi Sweet as my transition shade, and just to blend it out a bit further, just above my crease, I used Salted Caramel. Now, on the center of my eyelid, I'm going to apply Marzipan, which is a light pinky champagne type shade, but it's not so intense that, you know, it just looks ashy on me. So just applying that to the center, I'm then going to start building the halo effect around Marzipan. So starting off with Amaretto, I am packing that on the outer part of my eyelid, just above in the middle of my crease, right there, and then on the inner part of my eyelid. This is just the kind of groundwork for my halo eye. I'm going to keep darkening and deepening those outer and inner sections. So next, using Cherry Cordial to darken it up, I wanted to kind of incorporate that burgundy reddish tone, so Cherry Cordial was perfect for that. And then just packing it on the inner part of my eye as well. The next shade I used was Black Forest Truffle. I'd say this is one of like the most deeper shades in this palette. So this is a very purple with a lot of glitter type eyeshadow, and I just packed it on a little bit further on the outer parts of my eyelid. I'm just going back in with Marzipan just to make sure that I didn't lose that highlight on the center of my eye. I'm now going to use the Sigma eye pencil in Eclipse to tightline my eyes. I've been tightlining a lot lately. I think it makes a huge difference. So for wing liner today, I am going to be using the Bobbi Brown Long Wear Gel Liner in black ink. I have had this forever. It was the first gel liner I ever bought, and I love it. It's very black and it's easy to apply. So I created the wing with a small angled brush from Sigma, and now I'm going in with a bended liner brush just for the inner part. Taking any matte black shadow, I'm using this one from the Stila Soul palette. I am actually going to kind of dab it onto the liner and then flick it up. So this is just going to help smoke out my liner a little bit. Now this part is definitely optional. I went in with the Urban Decay glitter eyeliner in Midnight Cowboy just on the center over the top of Marzipan, just to give that center an extra pop. Definitely optional, depends on the occasion, but I was going all out today. So for foundation, I am using the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I have it in the shade 9.0, which is a pretty good match for me right now. I'm loving this foundation. It leaves a kind of medium to full coverage on me, like you can still kind of see ever so slightly like the marks on my cheeks, but I will cover that up in a second with some concealer. So for my under eyes, I am concealing with the Bobbi Brown Corrector in Dark Peach. This is again just to cancel out my dark circles, and then I'm quickly baking the area with the Bobbi Brown Retouch powder in Peach as well. I love this powder. It's so finely milled and it's so incredibly fine. Like it makes your skin look airbrushed. Just concealing any parts of my skin that the foundation didn't quite conceal with my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Caramel, and then blending that with a beauty blender. This is the Bobbi Brown Retouch powder in Peach. I just set like my entire face with it. Now wiping away my bake from under my eyes. I find this prevents creasing when I bake underneath my eyes, so yeah. I'm just using a little bit of Amaretto along my lower lash line just to kind of balance everything out. I am now going to highlight my inner corners with Champagne Truffle, And then I am going to use the matte shade, which is called White Chocolate, and use that on my brow bone. Next, I'm just going back in with that Sigma Eclipse eye pencil, and I am applying that to my waterline. I am super careful with this because I cannot do this with one hand. I usually like hold down my waterline with my other hand, but I had to hold the mirror, so I was going super slow and steady. For mascara, I am going to be using the Benefit Cosmetics They're Real Mascara. I love this on my lower lashes, like it just amplifies them so much. And then I just applied a thin coat to my top lashes because we are going to be going in with falsies. Now, speaking of falsies, I did try and use this pair from Dani Beauty by Dani Mancetti. This is in the style Midnight, but I could just not make it work for me. They flicked up too high, and I tried like pushing them down, but they just flicked up way too high. So I really struggled and pretty much gave up. And I ended up using the Model Rock lashes. These are their Demi Wispies. I use them on all of my clients, and so I thought I'd try them out myself. So now I'm going to finish off my complexion. I'm going to contour with my Marc Jacobs Highlight and Contour palette. Yeah, just carving out some cheekbones, making that forehead look a little bit smaller, and giving me a bit more of a jawline. I love contouring my skin. I think it makes the biggest difference. So for blush, I'm going in with the Tarte blush in Exposed. This is the only blush I have from Tarte actually, but I love it. I'm so happy with the shade that I picked up. And for highlighter, of course, I am going to be using the Laura Mercier highlighter in Indiscretion. This has been my obsession lately. I wear it every day to work. I'm pretty sure I've used it in most of my tutorials as of late. I just love it so much. It's just such a nice highlight. And it's not so intense, like it's just a really nice highlight. So finally for lips, I'm using the Rimmel London lip liner in Under My Spell. And this was a really interesting lip liner to use because it had like a flat part and a pointy part, and so I could get really good precision but then fill in my lips really easily. And over the top of that, I'm going with the Rimmel London The Only One lipstick, and this is in shade 810 One of a Kind. I really like this shade on me, like I loved it so much. To finish off, I'm going to spritz some Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray all over my face. And that is the finished look. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!